Question 1. What year marked the beginning of the 100 Years' War between England and France? A. 1327. B. 1337. C. 1347. D. 1357. Answer: B. 1337. The 100 Years' War between England and France began in 1337. Question 2. Name the battle in 1066 that resulted in Norman control of England. A. The Battle of Stamford Bridge. B. The Battle of Hastings. C. The Battle of York. D. The Battle of London. Answer: B. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 marked the beginning of Norman control over England. Question 3. In which century did the Black Death occur in England? A. 12th century. B. 13th century. C. 14th century. D. 15th century. Answer: C. 14th century. The Black Death occurred in England during the 14th century. Question 4. What was the primary reason for the English Civil War in the 17th century? A. Religious differences. B. Economic crisis. C. Power struggle between the monarchy and Parliament. D. Territorial disputes with France. Answer: C. Power struggle between the monarchy and Parliament. The primary reason for the English Civil War was the power struggle between the monarchy and Parliament. Question 5. Who was the British monarch during the defeat of the Spanish Armada? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King James I. C. Queen Victoria. D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I was the monarch during the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. Question 6. What event in 1215 limited the powers of the king for the first time? A. The signing of the Domesday Book. B. The establishment of the English Parliament. C. The signing of the Magna Carta. D. The Battle of Agincourt. Answer: C. The signing of the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, was the first document to put into writing the principle that the king and his government were not above the law. Question 7. Who was the first Prime Minister of Britain? A. William Pitt the Younger. B. Sir Robert Walpole. C. Benjamin Disraeli. D. Winston Churchill. Answer: B. Sir Robert Walpole. Sir Robert Walpole is generally considered the first Prime Minister of Britain. Question 8. During which years did the Victorian era occur? A. 1837 to 1901. B. 1820 to 1900. C. 1830 to 1895. D. 1840 to 1905. Answer: A. 1837 to 1901. The Victorian era spanned from 1837 to 1901 during the reign of Queen Victoria. Question 9. What was the primary result of the Act of Union 1707? A. The formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. B. The independence of Scotland. C. The establishment of the British Empire. D. The separation of Ireland. Answer: A. The formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The Act of Union 1707 unified England and Scotland into a single sovereign state known as Great Britain. Question 10. Who was the British monarch during the American War of Independence? A. King George III. B. King Edward VII. C. Queen Anne. D. King Charles II. Answer: A. King George III. King George III was the British monarch during the American War of Independence. Question 11. Which document must you study to prepare for the Life in the UK test? A. The British Constitution. B. Life in the United Kingdom, a guide for new residents. C. The British Citizenship Handbook. D. The UK Government Manual. Answer: B. Life in the United Kingdom, a guide for new residents. This is the official guide that contains all the information needed to prepare for the Life in the UK test. Question 12. What is the significance of the Magna Carta in British history? A. It established the Church of England. B. It ended the English Civil War. C. It introduced the concept of jury trials. D. It limited the powers of the king. Answer: D. It limited the powers of the king. The Magna Carta is significant for introducing the idea that the king was subject to the law, not above it. Question 13. How did the Industrial Revolution alter the British economy and society? A. By decreasing urbanization. B. By increasing agricultural productivity. C. By transitioning to an industrial economy. D. By promoting isolationism. Answer: C. By transitioning to an industrial economy. The Industrial Revolution marked the shift from agricultural-based economy to an industrial-based economy, radically altering British society. Question 14. Name the ship that famously carried the Pilgrim Fathers to America. A. The Mayflower. B. The Endeavour. C. The Discovery. D. The Beagle. Answer: A. The Mayflower. The Mayflower is the ship that carried the Pilgrim Fathers to America in 1620. Question 15. What are the Crown dependencies and how are they governed? A. Independent countries sharing a monarch. B. Regions directly governed by the British Parliament. C. Territories self-governing but under British sovereignty. D. Colonies of the British Empire. Answer: C. Territories self-governing but under British sovereignty. The Crown dependencies are territories that are self-governing but under the sovereignty of the British Crown. Question 16. Describe the main contribution of Isambard Kingdom Brunel to British engineering. A. Developing the steam locomotive. B. Constructing the British canal system. C. Advancing agricultural machinery. D. Building iconic bridges and tunnels. Answer: D. Building iconic bridges and tunnels. Isambard Kingdom Brunel was renowned for his revolutionary work in building bridges and tunnels that transformed British transport and engineering. Question 17. Who was Emmeline Pankhurst, and what movement is she associated with? A. A novelist from the Romantic era. B. A leader in the women's suffrage movement. C. A pioneer in education reform. D. A social reformer in the Victorian era. Answer: B. A leader in the women's suffrage movement. Emmeline Pankhurst was a prominent leader in the British suffragette movement, advocating for women's right to vote. Question 18. What was the main impact of the Great Reform Act of 1832? A. It abolished the monarchy. B. It expanded the electorate. C. It ended child labour. D. It introduced income tax. Answer: B. It expanded the electorate. The Great Reform Act of 1832 significantly widened the right to vote, thereby expanding the British electorate. Question 19. What event is commemorated by Bonfire Night on November 5th? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. D. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth I. Answer C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Bonfire Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Night, commemorates the failure of the Gunpowder Plot, in which Guy Fawkes attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 20. Which British scientist discovered penicillin? A. Charles Darwin. B. Isaac Newton. C. Alexander Fleming. D. Michael Faraday. Answer C. Alexander Fleming. Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, which marked a major advancement in medical science. Question 21. What is the role of the Speaker in the House of Commons? A. To represent the UK in foreign policy. B. To oversee debates and maintain order. C. To vote on legislation. D. To appoint members to committees. Answer B. To oversee debates and maintain order. The Speaker of the House of Commons is responsible for overseeing debates in the Commons, ensuring that debates proceed in an orderly manner. Question 22. Describe the process of how a bill becomes law in the UK. A. Introduction, debate, vote, royal assent. B. Proposal, public consultation, implementation, review. C. Drafting, lobbying, enactment, proclamation. D. Publication, amendment, ratification, enforcement. Answer A. Introduction, debate, vote, royal assent. A bill becomes law in the UK after being introduced, debated, and voted on in both Houses of Parliament, and then receiving royal assent. Question 23. What are the key functions of the House of Lords? A. To draft legislation. B. To review and suggest amendments to legislation. C. To elect the Prime Minister. D. To manage the UK's budget. Answer B. To review and suggest amendments to legislation. The House of Lords functions primarily as a revising chamber, reviewing legislation passed by the House of Commons and suggesting amendments. Question 24. Explain the term devolution with reference to the UK government. A. The process of transferring powers from central government to local authorities. B. The dissolution of certain government bodies. C. The delegation of voting rights to non-citizens. D. The centralization of power in the national government. Answer A. The process of transferring powers from central government to local authorities. Devolution in the UK refers to the transferring of certain powers from the central government to regional governments like those in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 25. What is the significance of the Prime Minister's questions? A. It allows MPs to debate the laws proposed by the Prime Minister. B. It is a weekly session where MPs can question the Prime Minister about government policies. C. It is a monthly meeting where the Prime Minister consults the Queen. D. It is the process through which the Prime Minister is elected. Answer B. It is a weekly session where MPs can question the Prime Minister about government policies. Prime Minister's questions is a significant parliamentary procedure that holds the Prime Minister accountable for government actions and decisions. Question 26. Name the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom. A. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. B. England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. C. England, Wales, Ireland, France. D. Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Belgium. Answer: A. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom is comprised of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 27. What is the purpose of the Constitutional Reform Act 2005? A. To separate the roles of the head of state and head of government. B. To establish a new constitution for the UK. C. To reform the House of Commons voting system. D. To separate the judicial role of the House of Lords and establish the Supreme Court. Answer: D. To separate the judicial role of the House of Lords and establish the Supreme Court. The Constitutional Reform Act 2005 was significant for establishing the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom and separating the judicial and legislative roles previously held by the House of Lords. Question 28. How does the UK Supreme Court function differently from the US Supreme Court? A. The UK Supreme Court has no power to strike down legislation. B. The UK Supreme Court only handles criminal cases. C. The UK Supreme Court's decisions are not binding. D. The UK Supreme Court is part of the legislative branch. Answer: A. The UK Supreme Court has no power to strike down legislation. Unlike the US Supreme Court, the UK Supreme Court does not have the authority to declare legislation unconstitutional. Question 29. What is the rule of law and why is it important in the UK? A. It ensures that the monarchy remains the supreme authority. B. It states that laws are passed by popular vote only. C. It ensures that all individuals and authorities are accountable to the law. D. It limits the powers of the judiciary. Answer: C. It ensures that all individuals and authorities are accountable to the law. The rule of law is a fundamental principle in the UK that ensures fairness and applies equally to all individuals, including those in power. Question 30. What are the responsibilities of the Home Secretary? A. To manage the UK's finances. B. To oversee domestic security and immigration. C. To handle foreign affairs. D. To direct education policies. Answer: B. To oversee domestic security and immigration. The Home Secretary is responsible for internal affairs in England and Wales, particularly related to security, policing and immigration. Question 31. How often are general elections held in the UK? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. When the Prime Minister calls for one. Answer: C. Every 5 years. Under the Fixed Term Parliaments Act 2011, general elections are scheduled to occur every 5 years. Question 32. Who is entitled to free NHS treatment in the UK? A. All UK residents. B. Only employed individuals. C. Only UK citizens. D. Everyone who visits the UK. Answer: A. All UK residents. All residents in the UK are entitled to free treatment from the National Health Service, though there are some exceptions based on specific circumstances. Question 33. What is the minimum legal age to purchase alcohol in the UK? A. 16. B. 17. C. 18. D. 21. Answer: C. 18. The minimum legal age to purchase alcohol in the UK is 18 years old. Question 34. Name the process through which the UK selects members of the European Parliament. A. Direct appointment by the Prime Minister. B. Regional proportional representation. C. Single transferable vote. D. Majority electoral system. Answer B. Regional proportional representation. Members of the European Parliament representing the UK are elected using a system of regional proportional representation. Question 35. What year did the UK first vote to join the then European Economic Community? A. 1961. B. 1967. C. 1973. D. 1975. Answer D. 1975. The UK first voted to join the European Economic Community, now the European Union, in a referendum held in 1975. Question 36. What is the Troubles an informal term for, and which regions did it involve? A. A financial crisis affecting England and Wales. B. A period of conflict in Northern Ireland. C. A political disagreement in Scotland. D. A cultural movement in Wales. Answer B. A period of conflict in Northern Ireland. The Troubles refers to a period of sectarian conflict and political violence primarily in Northern Ireland, which also affected other parts of the UK and the Republic of Ireland. Question 37. Describe the primary roles of the Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament. A. To govern independent countries. B. To manage all UK foreign policies. C. To oversee regional development and local laws. D. To provide guidance to the UK Parliament. Answer C. To oversee regional development and local laws. The Welsh Assembly and Scottish Parliament have powers to legislate and manage regional development and local laws within Wales and Scotland, respectively. Question 38. What is the significance of the Good Friday Agreement? A. It marked the end of World War II. B. It initiated the UK's transition out of the EU. C. It established peace in Northern Ireland. D. It created the Commonwealth of Nations. Answer C. It established peace in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was a major political development that helped to bring an end to the period of conflict in Northern Ireland known as the Troubles. Question 39. In what year was the Equality Act enacted, and what does it cover? A. 1998. It addresses voting rights. B. 2010. It consolidates anti-discrimination laws. C. 2000. It reforms educational standards. D. 2015. It modifies employment regulations. Answer B. 2010. It consolidates anti-discrimination laws. The Equality Act was enacted in 2010 and is significant for consolidating previous anti-discrimination laws into one act. Question 40. What must schools in the UK promote according to law? A. Religious education. B. Political affiliations. C. British values. D. European languages. Answer C. British values. UK law requires schools to promote British values, which include democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, mutual respect, and tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs. Question 41. Who wrote Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet? A. Jane Austen. B. William Shakespeare. C. Charles Dickens. D. Geoffrey Chaucer. Answer B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, the famed English playwright, wrote both Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet. Question 42. Name the scientist who formulated the theory of evolution by natural selection. A. Isaac Newton. B. Albert Einstein. C. Charles Darwin. D. Michael Faraday. Answer: C. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin is the scientist credited with formulating the theory of evolution by natural selection. Question 43. Who is known as the father of the English dictionary? A. William Caxton. B. Samuel Johnson. C. John Milton. D. Thomas Hardy. Answer: B. Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson is known as the father of the English dictionary due to his seminal work, A Dictionary of the English Language, published in 1755. Question 44. Name the landmark British rock band formed in Liverpool during the 1960s. A. The Rolling Stones. B. The Beatles. C. Pink Floyd. D. Led Zeppelin. Answer: B. The Beatles. The Beatles, formed in Liverpool in the 1960s, are a landmark British rock band known worldwide. Question 45. Who discovered the structure of DNA with James Watson? A. Rosalind Franklin. B. Francis Crick. C. Maurice Wilkins. D. Linus Pauling. Answer: B. Francis Crick. Francis Crick and James Watson together discovered the double helix structure of DNA, with significant contributions from Rosalind Franklin and Maurice Wilkins. Question 46. What is the Turner Prize awarded for? A. Achievements in literature. B. Contributions to classical music. C. Innovations in British architecture. D. Contemporary visual art. Answer: D. Contemporary visual art. The Turner Prize is awarded annually to an artist born, living, or working in Britain for an outstanding exhibition or other presentation of their work in the last year. Question 47. Which English monarch established the Church of England? A. Henry VIII. B. Elizabeth I. C. James I. D. Victoria. Answer: A. Henry VIII. King Henry VIII established the Church of England in 1534 after separating from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 48. Name the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize in Literature from the UK. A. Virginia Woolf. B. Doris Lessing. C. Agatha Christie. D. J.K. Rowling. Answer: B. Doris Lessing. Doris Lessing was the first British woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, which she was awarded in 2007. Question 49. What is the annual sports competition between Oxford and Cambridge universities known as? A. The Premier League. B. The University Challenge. C. The Boat Race. D. The Varsity Match. Answer: C. The Boat Race. The annual rowing competition between Oxford and Cambridge universities is known as the Boat Race. Question 50. Who are the authors of the Sherlock Holmes and James Bond series? A. Agatha Christie and Ian Fleming. B. Arthur Conan Doyle and Ian Fleming. C. J.K. Rowling and Agatha Christie. D. Charles Dickens and Arthur Conan Doyle. Answer: B. Arthur Conan Doyle and Ian Fleming. Arthur Conan Doyle wrote the Sherlock Holmes series, and Ian Fleming is the author of the James Bond series. Question 51. What does the poppy symbolize in British culture? A. The monarchy and its continuance. B. The end of World War II. C. Remembrance of military personnel who have died in war. D. The British victory in the Battle of Britain. Answer. C. Remembrance of military personnel who have died in war. The poppy is worn to remember those who have died in military service, a tradition inspired by the World War I poem In Flanders Fields. Question 52. What role did Britain play in the abolition of the slave trade? A. Britain initiated and led the global movement to abolish the slave trade. B. Britain was the last European country to abolish the slave trade. C. Britain opposed the abolition of the slave trade until the late 19th century. D. Britain played a minor role in the abolition of the slave trade. Answer. A. Britain initiated and led the global movement to abolish the slave trade. The British Parliament passed the Slave Trade Act in 1807, which made the slave trade illegal across the British Empire. Question 53. Name the landmark that is the official London residence of the British monarch. A. Buckingham Palace. B. Windsor Castle. C. The Tower of London. D. Kensington Palace. Answer. A. Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is the official London residence and administrative headquarters of the British monarch. Question 54. What legal system does Scotland use, differing from England and Wales? A. Common law. B. Civil law. C. Scots law. D. Statutory law. Answer. C. Scots law. Scotland uses a unique legal system called Scots law, which is a hybrid of common law and civil law traditions. Question 55. What is the primary function of the British Constitution? A. To delineate the rights of citizens. B. To provide a detailed set of laws. C. To outline the structure and operation of government. D. To define the role of the monarchy. Answer. C. To outline the structure and operation of government. The British Constitution, which is uncodified and made up of statutes, conventions, and legal documents, outlines the structure and function of government. Question 56. Who has the power to declare war and peace in the UK? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Queen. C. The Parliament. D. The Defence Secretary. Answer. A. The Prime Minister. The power to declare war and make peace, known as the royal prerogative, is exercised by the Prime Minister. Question 57. What does suffrage mean in the context of British history? A. Economic freedom. B. Religious freedom. C. The right to vote. D. Freedom of speech. Answer. C. The right to vote. Suffrage refers to the right to vote in political elections, a significant part of British democratic development. Question 58. How does the UK participate in international organisations? A. By leading the United Nations. B. By providing military support only. C. As a founding member of many organisations. D. Through financial contributions only. Answer. C. As a founding member of many organisations. The UK is a founding member of various international organisations, including the United Nations and NATO, and participates actively in their functions. Question 59. What are the duties of a British citizen according to the Citizenship Pledge? A. To obey the law, contribute to the community, and respect the rights of others. B. To serve in the military if required. C. To vote in all elections. D. To hold a British passport. Answer. A. To obey the law, contribute to the community, and respect the rights of others. These are duties emphasized in the British Citizenship Pledge to uphold the values and responsibilities of being a citizen. Question 60. What was the purpose of the Magna Carta originally signed by King John? A. To introduce the concept of human rights. B. To restrict the king's power and protect the rights of the nobility. C. To establish the Church of England. D. To form the first British Parliament. Answer. B. To restrict the king's power and protect the rights of the nobility. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, was intended to limit the powers of King John and safeguard the rights and privileges of the nobility. Question 61. Name the treaty that confirmed the independence of the American colonies from Britain. A. The Treaty of Paris. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of Westminster. D. The Treaty of London. Answer. A. The Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1783, ended the American Revolutionary War and confirmed the independence of the United States from Britain. Question 62. What major event in 1939 led Britain to enter World War II? A. The invasion of Poland by Germany. B. The bombing of Pearl Harbor. C. The signing of the Munich Agreement. D. The fall of France. Answer. A. The invasion of Poland by Germany. Britain entered World War II following Germany's invasion of Poland in 1939, adhering to commitments to defend Polish sovereignty. Question 63. Who was the British monarch during the Battle of Waterloo? A. King George III. B. Queen Victoria. C. King Edward VII. D. Queen Elizabeth I. Answer. A. King George III. King George III was the British monarch at the time of the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Question 64. What major social and political movement began in Britain in the late 18th century involving the working class? A. The Chartist movement. B. The Labour movement. C. The Industrial Revolution. D. The Agricultural Revolution. Answer. A. The Chartist movement. The Chartist movement, which began in the late 18th century, was a significant working-class movement that sought political reforms and greater rights for the working class. Question 65. Which law, passed in 1833, marked the end of slavery in the British Empire? A. The Slavery Abolition Act. B. The Emancipation Proclamation. C. The Civil Rights Act. D. The Freedom Act. Answer. A. The Slavery Abolition Act. The Slavery Abolition Act of 1833 effectively ended slavery throughout the British Empire. Question 66. In what year did women over the age of 30 gain the right to vote in Britain? A. 1918. B. 1928. C. 1938. D. 1948. Answer. A. 1918. Women over the age of 30 were granted the right to vote in Britain in 1918, following years of activism by the suffragette movement. Question 67. What was the purpose of the Domesday Book, commissioned by William the Conqueror? A. To record the folklore and myths of England. B. To assess the tax liabilities of his kingdom. C. To establish a system of laws. D. To document the battles he had won. Answer. B. To assess the tax liabilities of his kingdom. The Domesday Book, commissioned by William the Conqueror in 1086, was a survey designed to help the king assess and administer his taxes and lands effectively. Question 68. Name the treaty that ended the War of the Spanish Succession. A. The Treaty of Utrecht. B. The Treaty of Nantes. C. The Treaty of Berlin. D. The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Answer: A. The Treaty of Utrecht. The Treaty of Utrecht, signed in 1713, ended the War of the Spanish Succession and redefined European power dynamics. Question 69. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK at the start of World War I? A. Winston Churchill. B. Herbert Asquith. C. David Lloyd George. D. Neville Chamberlain. Answer: B. Herbert Asquith. Herbert Asquith was the Prime Minister of the UK at the outbreak of World War I in 1914. Question 70. What event in 1707 significantly changed the political landscape of Scotland and England? A. The Jacobite rebellions. B. The Glorious Revolution. C. The Act of Union. D. The English Civil War. Answer: C. The Act of Union. The Act of Union in 1707 was a pivotal event that united the kingdoms of Scotland and England under the name of Great Britain. Question 71. Which famous British band led the British invasion of the US music scene in the 1960s? A. The Who. B. The Rolling Stones. C. The Beatles. D. Led Zeppelin. Answer: C. The Beatles. The Beatles were at the forefront of the British invasion of the US music scene during the 1960s, greatly influencing popular music internationally. Question 72. What is the name of the poet who wrote Jerusalem, considered an unofficial national anthem of England? A. William Blake. B. William Wordsworth. C. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. D. John Keats. Answer: A. William Blake. William Blake wrote Jerusalem, which has become an iconic poem and song, considered an unofficial national anthem in England. Question 73. Name the architect who designed St. Paul's Cathedral rebuilt after the Great Fire of London. A. Christopher Wren. B. John Nash. C. Inigo Jones. D. George Gilbert Scott. Answer: A. Christopher Wren. Sir Christopher Wren designed the reconstruction of St. Paul's Cathedral after the Great Fire of London in 1666. Question 74. What event does the Edinburgh Festival celebrate? A. Scottish independence. B. The arts, including theatre, music, and dance. C. The crowning of Scottish monarchs. D. Scottish military history. Answer: B. The arts, including theatre, music, and dance. The Edinburgh Festival is a collective term for several arts and cultural festivals that take place in Edinburgh, Scotland, each summer. Question 75. Who painted The Fighting Temeraire? A. J.M.W. Turner. B. John Constable. C. Thomas Gainsborough. D. Joshua Reynolds. Answer: A. J.M.W. Turner. The Fighting Temeraire is a famous painting by J.M.W. Turner that depicts the last journey of a distinguished warship being towed to its breaking. Question 76. What novel by Jane Austen depicts the life of Elizabeth Bennet? A. Sense and Sensibility. B. Pride and Prejudice. C. Emma. D. Mansfield Park. Answer: B. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen follows the life and romantic developments of Elizabeth Bennet. Question 77. What significant scientific achievement is Sir Tim Berners-Lee credited with in the late 20th century? A. Inventing the personal computer. B. Discovering the structure of DNA. C. Developing the World Wide Web. D. Pioneering modern electric vehicles. Answer. C. Developing the World Wide Web. Sir Tim Berners-Lee is credited with the development of the World Wide Web, which revolutionized information sharing and communication globally. Question 78. Which British physicist developed the three laws of motion? A. Stephen Hawking. B. Isaac Newton. C. James Clerk Maxwell. D. Michael Faraday. Answer. B. Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton developed the three laws of motion, foundational principles in classical physics. Question 79. What is the highest award for gallantry that a British serviceman can receive? A. The George Cross. B. The Victoria Cross. C. The Order of Merit. D. The Cross of St. George. Answer. B. The Victoria Cross. The Victoria Cross is the highest military decoration awarded for valour in the face of the enemy to members of the armed forces of various Commonwealth countries and previous British Empire territories. Question 80. Which British director, known for his distinctive style, directed The Birds and Psycho? A. Alfred Hitchcock. B. Ridley Scott. C. Christopher Nolan. D. Danny Boyle. Answer. A. Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock, known for his distinctive and innovative filmmaking style, directed both The Birds and Psycho. Question 81. What key document outlines the specific rights and responsibilities of the British monarchy? A. The Royal Charter. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Constitution of the United Kingdom. Answer. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. The Bill of Rights 1689 is a key document that outlines the specific rights and responsibilities of the British monarchy, establishing limits on royal authority and setting out the rights of Parliament. Question 82. Describe the primary functions of the British civil service. A. To draft and enact legislation. B. To assist in the administration of public services. C. To serve as the country's diplomatic corps. D. To enforce laws and maintain public order. Answer. B. To assist in the administration of public services. The British Civil Service helps to administer public services and supports the government of the day in developing and implementing its policies. Question 83. Who appoints the members of the Cabinet in the UK government? A. The Queen. B. The Prime Minister. C. The House of Commons. D. The House of Lords. Answer. B. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister appoints the members of the Cabinet, who are usually senior members of the government and head the major ministries. Question 84. What is the role of the Leader of the Opposition in Parliament? A. To advise the Queen on governmental matters. B. To lead the government in the House of Commons. C. To critique and oppose the policies of the government. D. To preside over debates in the House of Commons. Answer. C. To critique and oppose the policies of the government. The Leader of the Opposition leads the main opposition party and offers an alternative to the policies of the government. Question 85. What legal principle underlies the operation of British democracy? A. The supremacy of the monarch. B. The rule of law. C. The divine right of kings. P. Parliamentary sovereignty. Answer D. Parliamentary sovereignty. Parliamentary sovereignty is the principle that Parliament has the supreme authority in the government, including making and ending laws. Question 86. Explain the significance of the Salisbury Convention in the legislative process. A. It requires the House of Commons to approve all legislation twice. B. It prevents the House of Lords from blocking legislation promised in a government's election manifesto. C. It mandates public referendums for all major constitutional changes. D. It allows the monarch to veto legislation passed by a parliament. Answer B. It prevents the House of Lords from blocking legislation promised in a government's election manifesto. The Salisbury Convention is a constitutional convention that limits the House of Lords' power to reject legislation that was outlined in the government's election manifesto. Question 87. What does the term collective responsibility refer to in the context of UK government? A. All members of the government must support cabinet decisions in public. B. Each member of the cabinet is responsible for their own department only. C. Members of Parliament must vote as directed by party leaders. D. Local governments must align their policies with national laws. Answer A. All members of the government must support cabinet decisions in public. Collective responsibility means that all government ministers must publicly support all cabinet decisions or resign. Question 88. How are judges appointed in the UK? A. By direct election. B. By the Prime Minister. C. Through an independent appointments commission. D. By the Queen on the advice of Parliament. Answer C. Through an independent appointments commission. Judges in the UK are appointed through an independent process overseen by judicial appointments commissions, ensuring the judiciary remains independent of the government. Question 89. What is the function of the Crown Prosecution Service? A. To defend government policies in court. B. To prosecute criminal cases that have been investigated by the police. C. To provide legal advice to the monarch. D. To oversee the conduct of lawyers in England and Wales. Answer B. To prosecute criminal cases that have been investigated by the police. The Crown Prosecution Service is responsible for prosecuting criminal cases in England and Wales, making decisions about which cases should go to court. Question 90. Name the fundamental principles of British life introduced in the citizenship ceremony. A. Democracy, monarchy, and the rule of law. B. Tolerance, respect, and freedom of speech. C. Freedom, equality, and rule of law. D. Democracy, rule of law, individual liberty, and respect and tolerance for those with different faiths and beliefs. Answer D. Democracy, rule of law, individual liberty, and respect and tolerance for those with different faiths and beliefs. These are the fundamental principles of British life that new citizens are expected to respect and adhere to. Question 91. In what year did the UK host the Olympic Games for the third time? A. 1948. B. 2012. C. 1908. D. 2000. Answer B. 2012. The UK hosted the Olympic Games for the third time in 2012, with London being the host city. Question 92. What is the primary aim of the Commonwealth of Nations, which the UK is a member of? A. To establish economic sanctions against non-member countries. B. To promote peace and prosperity among member states. C. To create a common market for goods and services. D. To coordinate military actions. Answer B. To promote peace and prosperity among member states. The Commonwealth of Nations aims to promote peace, democracy, and economic development among its member states. Question 93. How does the Freedom of Information Act 2000 impact UK citizens? A. It allows citizens to request access to information held by public authorities. B. It restricts the information that can be published about the government. C. It provides citizens with the right to privacy. D. It limits the freedom of the press. Answer. A. It allows citizens to request access to information held by public authorities. The Freedom of Information Act 2000 provides public access to information held by public authorities, promoting transparency and accountability. Question 94. What was the significance of the UK's Human Rights Act 1998? A. It established the right to vote for all citizens aged 16 and over. B. It allowed for the UK to leave the European Union. C. It incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. D. It created the position of the Human Rights Commissioner. Answer C. It incorporated the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. The Human Rights Act 1998 made the rights outlined in the European Convention on Human Rights part of UK law, allowing citizens to defend these rights in UK courts. Question 95. Name the major political change in the UK government structure that occurred in 1997 involving devolution. A. The establishment of the Supreme Court. B. The creation of the Scottish Parliament and Welsh Assembly. C. The reduction in the powers of the House of Lords. D. The introduction of proportional representation in elections. Answer. B. The creation of the Scottish Parliament and Welsh Assembly. The major political change in 1997 was the devolution of power, which led to the creation of the Scottish Parliament and Welsh Assembly, providing Scotland and Wales with greater autonomy.